When talking to omnivores, one of the statements they make is, I have a choice. It's my choice. They believe it is their right to choose the type of food they eat. Are they correct? Let's roll the intro first. Hi, it's Fee here, the healthy vegan author and creator of the Gold Card Vegan website and club. Now, I don't dispute that people have a right to choose, but what does grate on my senses like fingernails down a chalkboard is that their right to choose to eat meat is, in fact, taking the freedom of choice away from another sentient being. I am first and foremost a vegan. The whole food, plant-based for health is secondary. Recently, I went away with friends and was very appreciative that the omnivores refrained from bringing meat. Even actually more impressed that they asked if they could bring dairy and eggs. Now, it was their holiday too, so of course they needed to feel relaxed. And eating vegan, was not something that was going to put them outside of their comfort zone. A few plant-based questions arose naturally, and I responded as I would typically do with no judgment. On the last morning, we went for brunch before heading home, and one person ordered bacon and eggs and then shifted to the other side of the table so myself and the other vegan wouldn't be offended. Now that kind of tells me that maybe subconsciously she knows eating bacon is on some level wrong. And so this is where I struggle. As I'm not an out there activist, so to speak, I do find it difficult to say anything to friends I love and who are actually taking my feelings into account. But the trouble is, when I see bacon, I don't see the cholesterol or the carcinogenic properties. I see the pig, whose only desire is to live. And this brings me to the fact that omnivores don't ever consider the animal's choice. Now, should I say something? I know many vegans would tell me that I should. However, I am also of the opinion that people do not see anything until they are ready to see. In other words, it will take an event or a witness to the suffering before their eyes are opened. Many people are unaware of what goes on in the slaughterhouse. Oh, look, they know that pigs, cows, and chickens are killed. But they have no idea how most lead incredibly tragic lives, and that the whole killing process is violent, and that the animal is forced to go against all its instincts. This not seeing is actually a thing. It's called willful blindness, and it happens across all sorts of life. It's like selective hearing. When people only see what they want to see or understand what they want to understand, and the rest of it is put out of sight because they don't want to know. The other day I was at a roundabout, waiting to, obviously on the road at a roundabout, and I had to wait for a very large 2-tiered double-trailer cattle truck. One of the cows on the top layer was agitated, and I could see his head raised over the top board. Now, in that fleeting instant, I saw fear in his eyes. He had no idea what was happening. He'd been taken from his home, an average paddock in New Zealand, right, where he would have been raised with other male cows. And he was forced, probably pushed and prodded, into this truck, a completely foreign environment. He was on a journey that was going to end in death. Not his choice, not his wish at all. But someone out there wants to eat part of him, and so chooses to deny him his life just so that person can have 15 minutes of tasting pleasure. So when I'm out with friends, and even if they are considerate to my beliefs, I usually will say that they should watch the documentary Dominion, one made in Australia a year or so ago, and very much on par with what is happening here in New Zealand. It's usually all I say. Whether they do or not, I don't know. Mind you, I do know people who eat predominantly plant-based but will still have the occasional piece of chicken or cheese, and yet they've watched the documentaries. That is a very good example of willful blindness. The dots still haven't been joined. This is what I mean by a person who won't see until they are ready. Are you vegan? Have you joined the dots? Do you understand that the animal doesn't get a choice in this? And they should. If you are still eating meat, what right do you have to take the animal's right to live away from them? That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got something from this video, please share, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe, clicking to the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And if you're wondering about my background, I'm doing a reshuffle of my office. That's why it's pretty blank at the moment. Remember, have great food, make it whole plant-based, and be compassionate to all animals, including humans with willful blindness. Bye for now.